input. Actually, what I might end up doing, I'm just going to clip this to my collar here, and it'll look like I'm mic'd up, but it's going to pick you up anyway because we're so close, so it won't really matter. So what we'll do is, we'll talk for like 10 minutes, and then I'll throw that back up, and then we can go just hang out, and then we'll talk again for another 5-10 minutes, do it in like segments, and just for a little bit. They don't really care too much about me doing this. They just want to make sure that they get out there. So I'll talk about last night, and I'll pitch their beer here and their beer at the rink, and go out and get your tickets and blah blah blah. So you won't have to be talking for the whole 5 minutes. It'll be easy. In my Photoshop, just nobody cares about me. You're the focus right now. So, all right, let's just go live. Welcome inside another edition of Gravity Storm Live. If it's a Saturday before an Austin Bruins home game, we're here hanging out at Gravity Storm, 309 Main Street North, right here in downtown Austin. TJ Shalott, voice of the Austin Bruins. Alongside me is Walter Zacher, one of the young and promising stars on this Austin Bruins team. We're going to talk with him a lot over the next hour or so just to learn a little bit about Walter Zacher. But before we can even jump into that, we have to talk about the Bruins game last night. A huge win for Austin, 5-1 on home ice over the Minnesota Magicians, a game in which they led 5-0 at one point. It wasn't until a late third period goal on the power play for the Magicians ruined the shutout for Tyler Shea. Austin's looking for that same momentum to carry over tonight into an even bigger game against the St. Cloud Norsemen. This time, we're going into the division and a team that's only 2 points behind the Austin Bruins. As we take a look at the standings going into the game tonight, the Austin Bruins are currently tied with the Minnesota Wilderness for that fourth and final playoff spot with 41 points. The only difference is the Bruins have played a couple more games than the Wilderness, so you got to keep those in mind as we work forward here through the rest of the season. We're going to be scoreboard watching on a couple of occasions when the Bruins are not playing and the Wilderness are. Same thing could be said for St. Cloud, who is only 2 points behind the Bruins. They do have a couple more games behind the Bruins that they need to catch up with here in the near going. But without any further ado, the New York native, Walter Zacher, thanks for coming out here, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So I know that you, obviously being a New York guy, we talked about this a little bit off the air. You're a Buffalo Bills fan, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Is that hard? I mean, I'm a Philadelphia fan. I grew up outside of Philadelphia, so I'm a Philadelphia Eagle fan.
One is
We've got a Super Bowl, we've got a World Series, we've got, a couple wins over the last 15, 20 years or so, but since you've been around, Buffalo hasn't really been all that successful. Has it been tough for you as a Buffalo Bills fan?
Yeah, it's definitely been hard to follow, but promising team over the past couple of years and going in the future is exciting for Buffalo and me as being a fan of them.
The tandem of Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, I mean, that's going to be huge for you guys moving forward. Do you know what they're going to do in the draft? There we go. So do you know what they're going to do in the draft tomorrow night, or Thursday night this week? Do you think you know where they're going to kind of go?
I hope they go for a little bit of a run game. I know there's a running back that they're looking at later, and then we have a later pick this year thanks to our good run at the Super Bowl. But run game and maybe some defensive linemen to help pressure the opposing team's quarterback would be important.
Did you grow up in an area that was mostly Buffalo fans, or were you kind of one of the only ones?
Oh, I was Buffalo.
Okay.
Everyone's Buffalo. Everyone's Buffalo Bills.
Good, because like I was saying, I grew up outside of Philly, and we're kind of in that area where we're just as close to New York City as we are to Philly, so there's a lot of Jets fans, a lot of Giants fans, there's a lot of Cowboy fans. I don't get that, whatever. So it's nice that when you have a city and everybody's behind you. But more recently, last night. Obviously, you're injured right now, dealing with that upper body injury, so you weren't able to participate in the Bruins 5-1 win. But how enjoyable was that for you up in the stands, just hanging out and watching that?
Yeah, they made it exciting, scoring 5 goals, which never a dull moment in that game, which was exciting to watch, especially with Wilderness dropping a game, which allows us to catch them in 4th place.
Does that give you the itch a little bit more as you're sitting up there and you're watching the guys just ripping, and you're just kind of like, oh man, I should be out there, I should be out there, I should be out there. You're nervous, the legs going and everything?
Yep, my legs were going last night too. Just so jittery to get back on the ice.
I'm drinking this Pils down here at Gravity Storm Brewery. One of their best drinks, in my opinion. They've got some new offerings out here as well, just so you know, because obviously Walter's not yet 21. This is a family-friendly establishment. Just because I'm enjoying it here, they do have root beer that they make in-house. No food here, but all of the food spots here on Main Street, from Steve's Pizza to Piggy Blues to B&J, go ahead and grab it to go. Bring it on in here to Gravity Storm and hang out. The atmosphere here is totally awesome. Just that laid-back feel. Come see Brian and Joed, the proprietors here, and hang out with us as we're hanging out until about 2 p.m. Later on tonight. So you being a Bills fan, me being from Allentown, my hometown, Andre Reed is from my hometown and probably the most famous football player outside of maybe Chuck Bednarik from our area. Who are the big name guys, if you know of, that came out of Buffalo football-wise or even hockey-wise? Like, who are the big people from your area?
That were born there? Or
Yeah.
Pat Kane's a big one.
Oh, okay.
Not a lot of people know this, but Rob Gronkowski is from Buffalo.
I didn't know that.
Sweet Home High School, and I guess Andrew Podorowski went to Nichols, is playing in Anaheim for the Ducks. Then just a couple other guys, especially in NHL guys like I know Sittler didn't grow up in Buffalo, Ryan Sittler, but he played in Buffalo a little bit. And then his dad's the famous NHLer from the Leafs.
Yeah.
So a couple of guys from around Buffalo, or at least moved into Buffalo to play.
Who's the most famous person from your high school?
Orpik went to Nichols.
Ooh, okay.
Orpik.
That's a good one.
I'm trying to think. We have a couple female gold medalists.
That's good too. All hockey so far.
Yeah, that's a big sport at our school is hockey.
Okay.
So
you're big. Okay.
Christian Leitner, I don't know if he's a big name around.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, he went to school. He was in my mom's class actually.
That's cool.
At Nichols.
That's very cool. Very
So
cool.
Ryan Sittler, the son of Daryl Sittler.
Yeah, that's another. Those are some pretty good ones, I gotta say. We don't have many. Andre Reed didn't go to my high school. Our most famous, I guess, would be The Rock. He's pretty big, and Daniel Day Kim, the actor who was in a couple movies. That's all we really have. But it's always kind of fun. I like hearing about hometowns and stuff. Because you're from West Seneca?
No, I'm from Buffalo.
Are you from Buffalo?
From the city, yeah.
Okay.
I live in the city.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What's that like? I mean, is it a city like Minneapolis, like something like that, or is it more like a Pittsburgh or like something even bigger?
No, it's small. It's like 900,000 people. So
okay, so it's less than a million.
Our downtown's growing, but it's not even that big, and we live kind of I would say 7 minutes from this heart of downtown. So.
Do you like that environment, like being in the city life, or are you more of a rural Austin, kind of countryside type guy?
I like where we are because we're right in the middle of everything. So we're in the center around we're 7 minutes from the border of Canada, and we're 15 minutes from all the neighboring towns. So it's nice to not have any super far drives to go anywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. There's nothing like sometimes when you have to go somewhere and it takes 45 minutes, an hour to get there, and it's like, I wish we kind of had this pretty close by. So that is kind of nice. And when you get more populated in those areas in a Buffalo, it's a lot nicer. Yeah, that's pretty. It's always I like to ask guys that question because we are in such a unique area here. I mean, Austin is so gorgeous and so self-contained. You have pretty much everything you need here in this little area, but if you want anything extra, you're going to have to go to Rochester. You're going to have to go to the cities or outside. So it's so unique. I like to hear from guys who are coming in, especially first-year guys, like, what do you think of this? I mean, because when you talk about the other cities that are just in our league, even, you know what I mean? Even in our division, when you talk about Bismarck, I mean, it's the capital of North Dakota, so it's got pretty much just about everything you need. I'm curious to hear, and most guys tend to kind of enjoy the quiet and the nice. You're You're noticed. Have you gotten noticed anywhere, like when you go into the High V or you go into somewhere wearing the Bruins stuff? Did anybody ask you, like, hey, are you a Bruin, and stuff like that?
Yeah, I find it at Qdoba a couple times over by the Walmart over there. But
Yep.
I think that's the only spot that I've been noticed right now. But I could see people looking twice when we wear our stuff around town.
At one point in time when I was working for a hockey team, they always can tell that I work for the hockey team, but I had a grown-up moment, I guess. This was about 5 years ago when I was working for a hockey team. They stopped asking me if I was a hockey player. Like, do you play for so-and-so? And it shifted to, do you work for so-and-so? And that's when I realized, I was like, oh, man, I'm kind of getting old here, and I'm starting to put on a little bit of weight because people are looking at me going, well, he's definitely not a hockey player. But that's what I get to. And I think it's because I'm decked out. Like, I'll be wearing the Bruins jacket, I'll have the Bruins mask on, I'll have the Bruins hat on, and it's kind of like, I think this guy works for the Bruins. But it is pretty neat. It's cool when you walk around town. And we're out in town right now. We are at Gravity Storm Brewery, 309 Main Street North here in Austin. We're going to be here until 2 p.m. I'm drinking this Finns. I'm enjoying this. You know what else is really good? The Bruins Brown. We have that on tap at Riverside Arena for every single game, including tonight. Bruins taking on the St. Cloud Norsemen. Norsemen right now in last place, but only 2 points behind the Bruins, who are currently tied for 4th in that final playoff spot. So it is going to be a battle. You can get your tickets in 2 locations, online, austinbruins.com, or at the door. Vendor pricing across the board, $11 per ticket across the board. You can get them online and guarantee your seat. So that's the benefit of getting them online, because we still do have capacity restrictions. So if we get close to that capacity, we're going to have to cut things off at the door. You might not get in. If you get your tickets online, you don't have that problem whatsoever. We got plenty more coming up with Walter Zacher here in just a little bit. We're going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to continue drinking this Finns, and we're going to be right back here with another edition of Gravity Storm Live. Stay tuned. I don't know why that was kicking us off. That's going to look awful on the Facebook Live, but hey, that's all right. Cool, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to chit chat. You can go chit chat too, or hang, or do whatever.
Called me.
Where'd you say you're from, Walter?
I'm from Buffalo.
Buffalo. Starting the day off right, are you? taught me how to do this yet. Oh, you're kidding. Okay. It's all right. You can just skip it for today. Oh my God, I'll learn it. Right.
Yep.
Another thing they don't tell me.
I've been to the city a couple times and Rochester a few times. Regular season. Regular season's May 15th, and then the last day of playoffs is June 18th.
What's up? What do you want to talk about? Oh, we'll talk about what you're doing in your spare time. And how school's going? No, just kidding. We're not going to ask that one. Oh, man.
Which one's the camera? That one?
Welcome back inside Gravity Storm Live, another edition. If it's Saturday before a Bruins home game, we are here at Gravity Storm Live from 1 to 2 p.m. TJ Shalott here with Bruins forward Walter Zacher. I'm enjoying this Finns. We're having a good time here. We've got a great contingency of Austin Bruins fans enjoying some pretty darn good offerings from the folks here at Gravity Storm. So, Walt, now that you've been through just about a full season here in the North American Hockey League in the Central Division, what's your favorite barn to go to on the road? Which one have you really just enjoyed playing in?
I would say the St. Cloud rink. It's smaller, but I do like going to that rink and playing the St. Cloud Norseman.
What comes into that decision? Is it like the ice? Is it the layout of the locker rooms? Is it the drive? Like, what do you like best about it?
I think the ice there, they do a pretty good job with the upkeep of that ice. It's harder than usual, so it doesn't get snowy and hard to play on.
Because was it you or Trombley who's dodged Minot all season long because of injuries? I think it was Alex. Have you played in Minot?
I didn't play in Minot. I played at home against Minot.
Okay, so you haven't been to Minot. You haven't gone on that 10-hour trip yet.
I have not.
That's incredible how you dodged that your first year. I mean, obviously you prefer to be out there playing, but so you haven't seen Minot. Because normally when I ask guys that question, that's the first thing they say, oh, Minot. It's gorgeous looking.
That's what I've heard. I've heard it's the best rink.
Yeah, it's a really nice rink. And we get another really nice rink coming into the league next year with the North Island Bulls playing down in Mason City, so that'll be cool. I always like asking guys that because sometimes it helps you when you're on the road. You just get put in the right mindset when you're in a rink that you just like and you're comfortable with and everything. Obviously, your favorite rink is Riverside Arena, and being out there, there's nothing like being out there and playing in front of the home crowd and getting everybody jacked up and stuff like that. So what's the atmosphere like for you guys in the locker room right now? Obviously, playoffs are still a very, very realistic possibility. So what's the atmosphere like for you guys, especially coming from a younger guy?
Everyone's fired up. They're all excited and putting some wins on the table again. Fighting for that last spot makes it every game more meaningful. So everyone's just trying to get excited for the games and jacked up. So
how do you get jacked up and excited for a game when you're ready? Like, what's your pregame routine?
I kind of just keep it loose and then get dialed in about when I'm getting dressed ready. Then I try to keep it loose, to hang out with some of my teammates before, kind of bounce off their, get fired up off their energy.
Okay.
Just have fun out there.
You a music guy? Or are you a sewer ball guy? What's your thing? You're a sewer ball guy?
I played soccer in high school, so
so you like it.
I like the job of it. Yeah.
All right, because there's some guys you come across, like, honestly, this is me, throw in the headbud or the earbuds and just block out the world and just kind of focus and just dial in. And then there's other guys out there that have like a strict, specific routine. Reggie, I know, is like that, where he has to do the same thing every single time. And sewer ball, I know, is really popular. So I'm kind of surprised. Where do you guys even play sewer ball in St. Cloud? I thought maybe that would come into your decision about your favorite rink.
Luckily, we haven't played there when it's been cold out, so we've just been going outside in the parking lot. We played them, I think both away games were in either early April and March.
Yeah.
But we had nice weather both times we were up there. So
I'm going up there 2 more times this year. I think 2 more times this year. So
yep.
it'll be warm because it'll be April, May by the time we get back up there. Taking on the Norsemen, I'm glad that you brought that up. Obviously, not playing in the game tonight, but what has been kind of the mantra from head coach Steve Howard, assistant coach Justin Fisher about this Norseman team? What do the Bruins need to do to get the W tonight?
Just play behind their D.
Okay.
Make them turn over, play physical, make them turn over pucks, and then just funnel pucks to the net after that. So
Steve Howard's a hard and heavy guy. I hear him say that all the time. That might as well just be tattooed on his forehead. He says that all the time. Hard and heavy, hard and heavy. As a hockey player, obviously, you probably enjoy that because who doesn't love being hard and heavy? Do you think that suits your skill set? Do you like playing hard and heavy?
It definitely benefits my game, at least, to help, that makes D scared to touch the puck. Especially seeing some guys on our team barreling down on them, it'll make them throw the pucks away, which is beneficial to, I think, everyone on our team.
If you could pick line mates based on how hard they hit to be on either side of you, who would you take so that you find the most open ice? Who do you think the hardest hitters on the team are? That's the question.
Probably Mellock.
Okay.
Mellock and Fisher.
Simmons Fisher. Yeah,
Yeah,
those are
probably.
two freight trains, eh?
Yeah,
I don't know that I want to.
I wouldn't want to be on the ice against them.
No, not at all. And it's nice to have that size. It's nice to have that backing because if you are a skill guy, you don't want to have to be looking over your shoulder constantly waiting for somebody. It's like the old hockey of like, you know, the late '80s, early '90s in the NHL, right? You had the enforcers, you know, and guys just walking around patrolling the lines when Gretzky was out there and things like that. So it's pretty cool. You are a Sabres fan, right? Sorry about that.
Yeah,
I know
when
it's
they're
been,
good.
It's been. When did you just say when they're good?
When they're good, yeah.
So you haven't been a fan for a while. All right. So if I gave you right now carte blanche, you could just pick any team in the NHL. No one's going to give you any grief for it. You can go ahead and swap your fandom. Who you taking?
Even though they're not great this year, Vancouver.
Okay.
I like how young their team is in skill, and I enjoy watching their team play.
Okay. Okay. That's. I would imagine you and Grayson Valent probably would share the Vancouver connection there. As he's a Vancouver kid and things like that. So, who are you hanging out with most? Who's kind of like your clique? Has the team developed found its little niches? Obviously, it's a very close-knit team, and any clique could fit with anyone, but there's still guys that you're going to hang out with more often than others just because of proximity, billet, and stuff like that. But who do you hang out with the most?
So definitely Shredder because I played with him for 4 years.
That's
this
true.
This is my 4th year with him.
That's true,
So
yeah.
we're pretty close. And then Dexheimer's, we live together, so we carpool and all that stuff. And then Lundy's Shredder's Billet.
Okay.
Billet's with Shred, so. And then Jens Richards and Hudson Hodges, we all kind of eat together most of the time. So
That's cool. Where are you going to eat these days? What are your spots?
Qdoba, Piggy Blues. We go to Perkins every morning before games.
Okay.
And then kind of just mix in a few extra places like 1910 and then
Just a couple other spots.
yeah, spread it around.
Have you tried Kenny's?
Yes, we have been to Kenny's a few times.
Kenny's is prime. Kenny's is prime. Do you guys continue those routines even if you're hurt? So, like, did you go to breakfast this morning at Perkins or yesterday? And
Yeah,
just
so
eat
I
over
went
the
with same group. Well, Trombley joined us yesterday and today, but
Okay.
Dexheimer, Shredder, Richards.
Are you big on superstition?
Sometimes. Depends on what it is. I'm not like super superstitious, but some of the stuff like just don't.
Okay. Some people are superstitious, others are not. I mean, there's people out there who have to eat at the exact same booth, at the same restaurant, maybe have the same waitress or waiter, and things along those. Other people's aren't. I'm one of the people, I'm not. I mean, I like to find routine, but I don't think the team's going to lose if I don't eat my breakfast at so-and-so time, you know, with so-and-so person serving me. But some guys are. I was wondering if maybe you were one of those guys that's a little bit quirky in that regards. Do you have any weird quirks? Is there anything you do regarding the game of hockey that you maybe have never seen anyone else do, whether it's a preparation method or something that you just like to do, or are you pretty normal and flat and average?
I mean, the only thing I could think of is I always tie my left skate first because I'm left-handed. But like, maybe other people do it the same way, and I just don't notice. But I always tie it my left.
Are you left-handed for everything? Writing, everything? Is that your dominant hand?
I'm left-hand dominant, but I play hockey righty. I throw lefty. I kick righty. So.
That's weird. How did you end up becoming a righty for hockey? Just
I don't know.
you just did?
Yeah, I guess my dad probably just put a stick in my hand and I held it right.
And they are a little bit more popular. I mean, right-handed sticks are easier to find.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. How old were you when you started? Oh, no, I think I asked you this one.
I started skating at 2, and I think my first year of hockey was 3 or 4.
It's big up in upstate New York then.
Yeah.
I mean, is it growing even bigger? I mean,
I would say so.
when
Yeah.
you talk about all those schools that are just in that area, just from the SUNYAC schools alone, I mean, hockey's been blowing up, and it's a shame that the Sabres can't capitalize on some of the popularity, but they probably had a lot to do with it. I mean, it's probably a Dominik Hasek effect, you know, when he was there, and you know they were successful in the late '90s, and right around the time you came along, you know, it's kind of booming and stuff like that. Did you always know that hockey was going to be something that you were going to use as basically a career device that was going to help get you into college and move you forward?
Yeah, since I can remember, I've always wanted to play hockey. All I wanted to do when I was younger. And
Even when you were playing soccer, you were always just kind of like, no, hockey's my jam, this is my sport?
yeah, I only played soccer for a few years in high school for a fall sport, but I did like it a lot, but it was always hockey first.
It's a good sport. I mean, when you think about, you know, what you do on the ice and when you're not on the ice, what you need to keep in shape for, you need to keep the cardio up, you need to keep the hand-eye up. Soccer, I mean, it's a lot better than, you know, playing, I don't know, baseball, where you could be a little bit more sedentary, where you're just kind of standing out in right field for most of the game, not moving. So it helps to your skill set. If you're going to try a different sport, why not do a sport that benefits what you really care about coming around in the winter? So that's pretty cool. TJ Shalott, Walter Zacher here at Gravity Storm Brewery. We're here for another 20 minutes. I'm going to finish up this Pils. I'm going to go get myself a fresh one, hang out with all the Bruins fans that are here. Walt's going to hang out as well. We're going to come back for one more segment here in just a little bit, but we need you. Come on down here, and of course, come on down Riverside Arena tonight. Austin Bruins taking on the St. Cloud Norsemen, the final game of a 3-3. The Bruins have 3 points out of a possible 4 in their first 2 games, looking to make it 5 out of 6 here tonight. So austinbruins.com, or you can get them at the door, but trust me, you don't want to risk that. Just in case we get near that capacity, we've got to cut sales off at the door. So if you want to guarantee your spot, austinbruins.com, get your tickets online today. We'll see you at Riverside Arena tonight, but we'll also see you right back here on Gravity Storm Live in just a bit. Cool, thank you. I thought John was coming with his dad. I guess not.
Little Lundy?
Yeah.
Probably sleeping.
Is he a sleeper?
Yeah, he's a big sleeper.
Last time we were here, TJ, right? We spent some hard time. Yeah, that was hard. That was good hard time though.
Is that why he's at the hotel right now?
I understand what you're saying.
I was pretty, yesterday you told, your place next door, I'm not mad at you. And I was like, you didn't even show that tonight. I talked to him at that.
What happened after you did that, you cycle called you off, and then you started screaming over the glass.
I did find one of those ones.
Well,
Found your old barn. This girl
No, I have not. Yeah, nice to meet you.
And this is my honorary judge today.
Yep, she was already in already today. So, yeah.
So what do you think of this girl outfit?
How you doing?
Nice to see you again.
Yeah. Nice bowler hat.
They haven't seen you.
Welcome back, Gravity Storm Live. We're here. It's Saturday before an Austin Bruins game. We're here every single Saturday before a home game from 1 to 2 p.m. We're getting ready to wrap things up. It's almost 2 p.m. TJ Shalott, voice of the Austin Bruins, here with Walter Zacher, Bruins forward. And again, tickets are on sale for tonight's game, austinbruins.com. Go to the tickets tab, go on down to single game tickets. Tickets are $11, whether you buy them online or whether you buy them at the door. But don't wait to get them at the door just in case we sell out. We got to cut them off right then and there at the door. Get them online, guarantee your seat today. So, Walt, we only got a couple more minutes. What are you looking for tonight out of this Austin Bruins team?
Good defensive game, and then hopefully some goals like last night.
I'm
Keep the
curious.
game exciting.
I was going to say, I'm curious, out of a forward, the first thing that came to your mind was good defensive game. All starts in the back end.
Yes, sir.
Solid goaltending, I would imagine, has got to be huge again. What did you think of
Yeah.
Tyler last night? He had a pretty darn good
Unbelievable,
game.
and because I think we can assume the same today.
Yeah,
Out of him.
I think so too.
Unbelievable game.
I think so too. Well, you heal up with that upper body injury. Thanks for coming out and putting up with us here today. We had a lot of fun. This has been a blast. There's a whole crew of Austin Bruins fans here. You should come on out, grab a drink here at Gravity Storm, and then come on down and enjoy Bruins Brown Ale from Gravity Storm on tap at Riverside Arena tonight. Well, thanks again.
Thank you for having me.
We'll talk to you guys next week. No? Yeah, next week. We'll be right back here. Gravity Storm is the Bruins host. My